As we welcome to the desk Dr. Amy Shriver. She's from Blank Children's Hospital, talking about an event coming up that she just admitted to us is one of the most fun things she does all year long.
It's really fun. It's a morning workshop called Understanding Me.
And what's this about?
Well, it's a workshop for mothers and their daughters who are ages 10 through 12. Now, as you might remember, it's kind of an awkward time, a time of transition. I often think of it as, you know, a little cute caterpillar and then turning into a beautiful butterfly. And all these changes happen without any control. And so it's a miracle of, you know, transition and transformation. And it's really exciting to talk about and to help kids make that transition and to help moms become involved in that transition.
We want to see it as a beautiful transition, but it can be an awkward mess too.
Absolutely.
And as kids, I just remember being like, you don't know what's going on necessarily, and as parents I can assume it's like, how do I talk about this without making it too awkward?
My sisters suddenly went insane when they became teens.
Exactly.
Well, it's true. I mean, I think parents have that fear, right? It's hormones out of control.
Right.
It's emotions like a roller coaster, and how do you deal with all that? And so we actually have divided the workshop up into talking about your physical changes, and then in your health, your body image, you know, how do you make that transition healthfully and safely?
Right.
And then we talk about those emotional changes, the bullying issues that are out there, peer pressure issues that come into play. And then we actually talk about a newer issue, which a lot of parents don't feel well equipped to talk about. And that has to do with social media use in that age group. You know, when do you start letting your kids use these devices, and how do you control who they're talking to, what's safe, what's not safe, what are the dangers out there for kids on social media?
And you just started including that last year, you said, and that was real eye-opener for you.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to the head of the Iowa cybercrime division, and my jaw just dropped to the floor. I was like, oh my gosh, I have 2 girls at my house. They're not quite ready for this yet, but I mean, I better be prepared. So I think this is a great way for families to feel more prepared as kids make that transition into adulthood.
Like you said, we didn't deal with that when we were growing up, and when we, you know, social media is huge right now, but we're adults, we can handle it, but it's like, how do you explain that to a young child?
And I think there are a lot of unanswered questions out there, so that's what this is about. We try our best to answer those questions, and we do have a breakout session at the end where parents can ask questions to our psychologists and our cybercrime experts, and then the girls get to talk to me and ask me a bunch of questions, all the questions that they maybe were not, you know, not
without
prepared
the parents being there?
Without the parents
there. That's a great idea.
So a lot of questions out there. Last year it was just an eye-opening experience, all the questions that they had. And
what's something that might have surprised you that you got asked last year?
Well, so 2 years ago, the most surprising topics were about body image. You know, I know it's an issue for every girl transitioning to womanhood, but these were 10, 11, and 12-year-olds, and they were very worried about if they weighed too much. And so I made sure to incorporate a bunch of information in my standard talk about, you know, what's healthy and how to make that transition in a healthy way, how to think about your body and feel good about your body. But last year, the topics were just a broad base. I mean, I think that nowadays people are more open about, you know, who's with who, are girls with boys, are girls with girls, are boys with boys, and those questions are important to answer in a really healthy way. And so I think getting those answers from a doctor feels really good. So you know, various questions ranging from just the smallest questions about kissing, and then, you know, questions that kind of ramp up from there. So it's really exciting, it's fun, the girls have a great time. We often will have like raffles for, you know, you might get a little iPod or something in the mix there. And then what we're also doing is we're trying to give back. So Blank Children's Hospital is very big on outreach. So we're asking that participants come to this free event, but bring a donation to the Hawthorne Hill New Directions homeless shelter. So I don't know if you know, but in Iowa there are over 13,000 homeless children. And so most of them are, you know, single moms with at least 2 kids and in a transition in their life. So this is an opportunity for, you know, these families and for Blank to help give back to the community.
So just bring items to the event.
Yeah.
So are you like food items, detergent?
Well, yeah,
things
so like detergent, soaps, lotions, bus tokens, those types of things.
Those types of things.
When is the event?
So the event is Saturday, June 27th. It's from 8:30 to noon. It's located at the hospital at Blank Children's Hospital. We have this education.
Over on Woodland?
Yep.
Okay.
Education center there, and it's free. All you have to do is register online, and I think you have that information. So
Yep,
There you
right
go.
there.
It's up on the screen
yeah.
here.
So
Okay.
really anyone can come who has a daughter ages 10 to 12 who really wants those questions answered in a medical way, in a way that our social workers and psychologists can help answer. And bring your questions, bring your kids, and there's a lot of enthusiasm at this event. So I hope everybody comes.
Is there a limit as to how many people can attend? Or?
Last year there were over 50 girls there, so I mean we're just trying to pack as many as we can
Yeah,
in
plenty
there.
of room.
So
Okay.
plenty of room.
Okay,
Everyone
good.
can register who's interested.
Well, Doctor, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so
you.
much for having me. Thanks.
We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day Live on KCWI.